The Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Minnesota State High School League.
2 to 3. Hunter Fritos. Got it! Ball gets inside for Bjorkman. Bjorkman inside. Dunks! Parker Bjorkman with a shot. Block on front. They score! They go! They did it! And a very good evening. Welcome inside the Chaska Community Center for round number 1 of this border battle between Chaska and Chanhassen in boys hockey on the GSH Asset Management Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Glad you've joined us this evening. I'm Ryan Paul, joined by the Chaska Herald and Chanhassen Villager Sports Editor Eric Krauscher. Eric, good matchup tonight. Chaska having a solid year so far. Chanhassen not exactly what they were looking for so far this year. What are you expecting to see this evening?
Well, a lot of shots for Chaska.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh Lyon is going to have to stand on his head, goaltender for the Chanhassen Storm. He's faced a lot of shots all year, so it's not something he's not used to. On the other end, if you're Chaska, you just want to get a lead right away.
Yep.
I mean, you don't want to let a team have a feeling that they can be in this game. So, fast start for Chaska, Chanhassen. I mean, you just try to stay out of the penalty box. Play a lot of 5-on-5 hockey.
Hawks come into the game at 12-7 overall. Chanhassen 5-10 with 3 ties. Hawks and Storm doing battle for the first time here tonight. You said it's been a series of streaks. Chaska has won 4 in a row here in this border battle.
Yeah, we've had 3 times in the history where a team has won 4 times. Chanhassen's won twice, 4 times.
We're underway quickly here. Mike Kester from the blue line right off the bat gets a shot right off the glove of Josh Wyant. The junior goaltender in net for the Storm tonight comes into this game on 15 games under his belt, 2.74 goals against average, and a 91 save percentage for the junior. For Chaska, Justin Bach, the senior in net tonight, 2.61 GAA through 10 games, has an 88% save percentage. Here comes Jacob Lang-Heinrich working up left to right. Chanhassen donning the blue uniforms with blue dashers. He dumps the puck in deep where Mike Kester grabs it for the Hawks. Kester's back check. Billy Bronson chases it on the half board. Bronson retreats just under 30 seconds in here to this one. Again, Ryan, Paul, and Eric Krauscher with you on the GSH Asset Management Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Lang-Heinrich can't corral it on the blue line. Pitlick centers it back off. Nobody's home for the Hawks, though. Blaine Warner back out with it. He pushes away for Kester. Kester has a good look at Elaine. Elects to pass it up, though. He'll go over to Bronson. Bronson tees one up just wide of Wyatt in the net for the Storm. Puck down behind. Work back out by Chanhassen. Tyler Davidson there for the Storm. He pushes it up. Blaine Warner steals it away for Chaska. Warner had it ricochet off his stick. Now it comes back out of the neutral zone where Billy Bronson tags up there for Chaska. Here's Pitlick into the zone all by himself. Pitlick looking for an option. Lang-Heinrich lays down. Kester rips one just high. Goes up into the netting, and we'll get our game's first stoppage with 15:47 to go. Chaska holding the puck quickly here.
Well, I know you can see it. I mean, that's the biggest difference all year for Chanhassen. They're a hard-working group, but that speed of the game. They've had a hard time matching up with the bigger schools, especially in this section. They played Prior Lake early in the season. Shots were 50-10, 5-0 Prior Lake win. So Chanhassen works hard, but the speed of the game just is quick for them right now.
Hawks win the face-off. Barrett has it back in the defensive zone. Now he pushes up for Olmscheid, crosses into the Chanhassen area. Barrett sends it up. Tapped off there by a Storm defenseman. Now Wolfel sends it in deep. Bach will chase there for Chaska. 15.5 to play here in the first period. Puck in the corner. There's a scrum for it. Bodies colliding down there. Olmscheid involved along with Magnuson. Back into the opposite corner now. Barrett collects there. It's tapped away though by the Storm. Lavelle couldn't grab it cleanly, and Chaska has to retreat, touch up. Not before the Storm can grab possession though. Here comes Jack Willis. Willis up into the zone. Sends it off. Right onto the stick of Ethan Benz for Chaska, though. Chaska with an odd man rush. Lavelle back behind the net for the Chaska Hawks. Sends it away. Benz couldn't see it, though. Retreats back on the defensive side of things. Now Thomas behind, all by himself, though. Wolfel retreats for the Storm. Puck sent down. Bronson collects there on the D for Chaska. Scully grabs it for the Hawks. Chaska JV lost the game at 5 o'clock today, 3-0. There was an empty net goal for Chanhassen at the end of the game. So hopefully for Chaska, this game goes a little differently. We get an icing call with 14.5 to play here in period number 1, and we'll send it down towards Justin Bach.
And this is always a tough type of game. You look at the Kennedy game for a goaltender. It's tough to stay fresh. You just don't face a lot of shots, so you like having a senior back there to kind of could have a penalty right away.
Get a whistle after some bodies are thrown around. Interference call coming up here against the Storm. They're going to send Braden Sanders to the box, I believe. It'll be the game's first penalty.
And this is an area that you get late in the season, you're in the playoffs, Chaska's got to be good at. They got to be good on the power play, and they got to be good on the penalty kill.
Yep. Chaska power play here for the first time tonight. Stolen away by the Storm. Chaska clears the zone, though. Sent down. It is Braden Sanders who goes to the box. 2 minutes interference here with 14 minutes to go. Chaska on the power play this year, 26%. Storm kill it off 86% of the time. Pitlick behind the net, swerves it around. Back out in front, Pitlick still with it. Back onto the stick of Mike Kester now. He shovels it away from Magnuson at the top, who pokes it back over to Kester. 1:20 to go on the advantage for Chaska. Kester retreats on the near side. Pitlick, shot fake over now for Magnuson. Magnuson back to Kester. Kester leaves it away for Pitlick. Pitlick rips one on. It goes over the crossbar. Chaska able to keep it, though. Here comes Pitlick once again. Chaska with a 5-on-4 advantage here. Magnuson behind the net. Works it around where Kester waits for it. He lofts it away. Pitlick couldn't grab it cleanly. 49 ticks left on the penalty. Chaska has to touch up. Pitlick will enter. Had to wait for Bronson to come back now. Kester in. Didn't have anybody with him, though. So he has to circle back, away, Olmscheid, backhand, score! Rick Pitlick! Power play goal for Chaska. Rick Pitlick, who gets his 20th goal of the year. And Chaska goes up 1-0.
Well, I mean, it's a true sentiment right there. Nick Olmscheid finding the guy. Pitlick stayed on for a double shift, and he just seems to know where the puck's going to be, and he's turning it on right now.
Chaska 1-0 quickly here. Power play goal for the Hawks. And the Storm go down quickly, not something that they wanted to have happen early here in this game. We'll get the goal call from Greg Erickson, the PA announcer. So, Pitlick from Olmscheid and Kester, three names that we've heard quite a lot this season. With 12:30 to go in this one, in the first period. Sholey sends it up. Some good stick work. He lost it in the corner, though. Sholey checked off by a Storm defenseman. Now back into the corner where Owen Thomas recollects for Chaska. Charlie Erickson, the senior, from the point, sends it back down where Sholey waits for it. Centered, nobody home for Chaska. Puck comes fluttering all the way down. Justin Bach will come out of the crease to grab it. Couple of line changes here for either team. Calvin Barrett onto the ice, dumps it away where Lavelle checked that, returns it right to him. Now Lavelle on the near side, in the neutral zone, a physical body, put on by Thomas Clausen for Chanhassen. Now it's worked up ahead. Lavelle into the zone, Lavelle with a backhand, just behind Josh Wyan in net for the Storm. Puck stopped up along the half wall, into the corner where Olmscheid's waiting for it. Now Benz pokes it free, back up to Kester. Benz has it back at the point. Benz flings one in. Blocked out front by Clausen. Clausen now one-on-one going against Starkey. Thomas Clausen in the zone, had it poked away by the Chaska senior. And Army West Point track and field commit, John Starkey. Kester up across the red line. Now he's into the zone at the blue line. Dumps it away where he's checked down. Lavelle back to Kester. Now checked out. It's Pitlick who puts it behind Wyatt. With 11:07 to go here, first period. 1-0 Hawk lead on a Brett Pitlick tally. Here come the Storm. Up ahead with it, Tyler Davidson. Back behind Bach, who comes out for Chaska. Sent back up ahead. Starkey. Bodies collide in the far zone. Blainworth, the senior, has it away, dumps it off. Kester waits. Kester fires. Glove save by Wyant.
And that's something that Wyant does so well. He loves to come out to the top of the crease, cut off the angle. He's a really solid goaltender that's been playing since his freshman year.
Yep.
I mean, he's a difference maker for this team.
Yep.
They need him.
Face off to the right of Wyant. Face off one away by Chad. Behind the net, Pitlick has it. Pitlick with a goal already tonight. Gets it back off the stick of Magnuson now. Centered puck, nobody could put it home for Chaska. Warner was waiting for it. Pushed away here by Pitlick. Chaska still in the O zone. Away for Barrett. Barrett centers. Rebound given up by Wyant, but Chan defense pokes it away. Here comes Wolfel now for the Storm. The senior defenseman, a goal and 2 assists on the year, has it, turns it over now. McDonald gloves it down, just goes wide of Wyant. Behind the net where the Storm will recollect. Jack Willis there for Chanhassen. He sends it down as the Hawks come off for a change. Chan will do the same. Davidson the only one that stays on the ice, but we get a stoppage and an icing. Puck and the face-off will come back down on the near side of Josh Wyant.
Yeah, and you mentioned Davidson's name a couple times for Chanhassen. He had a great year last year as a sophomore. Second on the team with 6 goals, had 2 goals against Jefferson, including a penalty shot goal on Saturday, I believe.
Yep.
So he's got the best speed of the team.
Deflected out in front. Shot came from Kester on the far point. Chanhassen clears down in the zone where Bauer-Berry has it for Chaska. Berry sends it all the way into the corner where he chases for himself. Berry, physical, behind the net. Thomas is there, centering it away for Schulle. Schulle on the backhand, couldn't find anything there. Sauce pass over to Kester. Kester dumps it in deep. Hawks will chase Berry. Sends it around. Controlled now by Chanhassen. Come the Storm. Caden Groff, the senior, flings it in, tapped up and over the netting by Justin Bach, and we get a stoppage. Still a 1-0 game.
I believe that's the first shot up for Chanhassen.
Yep. They don't have a running shot count tonight,
Never.
which is unfortunate. They've had it a couple times this year, but not tonight. Chaska ahead in the only column that matters right now, the score. It's 1-0 off a Rhett Pitlick goal if you're just tuning in. I'm Ryan Paul, joined by Eric Krauscher tonight. Ethan Benz brought it in a little too early. Shane Lavelle crossed into the zone, and we get an offside call. Puck will come back out in the neutral zone. Face-off. Nick Olmscheid going against Jack Hunt. Hunt wins it away for the Storm. Hans Lovig, senior captain, on the ice for the Storm right now. Finds the puck. Now he loses it away for Lavelle for Chaska. 8.5 left here in the first period. Puck behind the net. Olmscheid applies a body down there. Now Langheinrich retreats. Loses it though as Magnuson gets the puck now. Centered away. Benz couldn't get a clean handle on it. Forced him to go low. He had a wide open top shelf. Instead it comes back down where Benz recollects a juicy rebound given up by Wyant. Now Lavelle in the corner for Chaska. Lavelle taps it around. Gives it off for Magnuson. Magnuson centers right under the stick of Ethan Benz. Chaska really looks like they're on a power play even though it's 5-on-5 hockey. Now on the far side, Benz. Fancy stick work, sends it in. Olmscheid just out of his reach. Puck fluttered away back into the corner. Chanhassen retreats. Parker Thomas, the junior. Puck finds its way into the scorer's booth with 7:48 left. A face-off.
Yeah, and I think you just watch that last line from Chaska. That's going to be the one to watch as we get into these big games late in the season, is that Lavelle, Benz, Olmscheid line. You know teams are going to have to match up with the Warner and Pitlick. So it's going to be, you're going to get that second defensive pairing against them, and so you're going to need some scoring, and when they've had success this year from Chaska.
Tyler Davidson comes away for the Storm. after a quick shot was put on the faceoff by Chaska. Warner into the zone and it poked away from him by Wolfel. Back out to the point. Bronson sends it in. Fluttering puck. Jabbed away by Wyant. Now McDonald with a fancy poke check. 7:22 to go in the first period. McDonald brings it in, sends it up along the dashers. Chases his own puck. Pushes it away for Pitlick. Pitlick centers. Deflected away though. Chanhassen puts it off the glass. Stays in the Storm zone though. Before it's cleared by Chanhassen. Chaska has to touch up. They'll dump it in for Wyant to grab it there. Now Pitlick pushed down and we'll get a penalty on Matthew Conyard. We have a tripping penalty here. And Chaska will go back on the power play. They're 1-for-1 tonight.
The amount of tripping penalties that Pitlick has gotten this year is really impressive. I mean, and a lot of that's just speed. He moves his feet extremely well, and that's why the Gophers are so high on him.
Face off away. Chaska back on the man advantage here. They're 1-for-1 tonight. Pitlick got a power play goal in that first one. Barrett retreats as Chanhassen clears. Sorry, we lost audio there for a second. A good chance for Benz out in front. Pitlick back up onto the blue line where Lavelle awaits. Crosses up. Lavelle now. Barrett. Jabbed away there by Severson for Chanhassen. Lavelle now. Adik sent away. Blocked away though. Chaska recovers. Here's Barrett. Back down underneath. Loose out in front. Jabbed away by Severson again, the junior. Here's Lavelle back to the point for Kester. Halfway through this man advantage for Chaska. Barrett. After it was poked away, now back to Lavelle. Lavelle centers. Olmscheid out in front. Had his stick tangled up. Didn't have a good chance. Now back to Lavelle. Lavelle, a rip. Blocked out. Loose puck. Benz puts it on. It's right out in front of the crease. Nobody knew where it was until Cole Severson jabbed it away for the Storm. Now Benz again. Wraps around. One-timer from Shane Lavelle is off, and the zone is cleared with 34 seconds left on the power play. Barrett's going to enter. It's a one-on-one. Calvin Barrett, spin move. Back around. He'll center it off. Bronson. Right into the chest of Josh Wyant, who secures the puck. Oh no, they score! It went through him. I thought it was right in the gut of Josh Wyant. Instead, the puck's in the back of the net, and it's a Chaska goal. It must have went right under his armpit.
Yep. I looked away, and then I looked back, and
I did the exact same thing.
The referee was going down.
So it's 2-0 Chaska, their second power play goal tonight. We'll get the goal call. I would assume it's Bronson, but I can't be 100%. With 5 minutes to go, Chaska jumps ahead 2-0 on Chanhassen. Centered puck for the Storm. Shoved away though by Chaska. Some extracurriculars going on behind the play. Bronson and Jack Willis involved. Now here comes Kester. Dumps it off for Pitlick. Pitlick to Kester. Just underneath. Now Pitlick once again. McDonald grabs it for Chaska, but it's sent away by Davidson for the Storm. Here comes Bronson. Pushed in. Bronson a shot on. Stopped away though by Wyant. Goal does go to Bronson. Barrett and Kester giving the assists. 4:26 to go first period. Hawks up 2-0. Bronson puts a big body on Evan Hegenes. Now Pitlick into the zone. He goes up high. Puck won away by Chan. Here comes Caden Groff. Bach gives up a good rebound. Loose out in front. Chaska's able to grab it though. Here comes Kester now into the zone. Kester with Thomas. Kester scores! Wrapping around. Kester beats Wyant to the back of the net. 3-0 Hawks.
I think you're starting to see in the last couple of weeks Mike's healthy. You know, he had that, I think, groin earlier in the season. You know, he's had longer shifts, a little bit more explosiveness with his skating, and that's what we saw a lot from Mike last year, was that coast-to-coast type scoring. Absolutely pretty goal, and as a goaltender, not much you can do.
Yep, Wyatt was upset with himself after giving that one up, but as you said, not much that the junior could do. Mike Kester just beats him to the back of the net, and it's 3-0 Chaska. So we have 3-0 score here. Kester, the last score for Chaska. And it's a 3-0 first period lead for Chaska. Reminder, in between periods, to join us rinkside, Greg Erickson will interview a Chaska Hawk. Live in between periods here. We have 3.5 left before we reach that point, though. Chaska going to try to make it a 4-0 game if they can before we reach the first intermission. Chanhassen wins it out here. Storm have not had much time in the zone at all here tonight. Chaska possessing the puck for the majority of the night. Langheinrich sends it up right in front of the Chanhassen cheering contingent. Good crowd tonight from both sides. Chanhassen students probably ousting Chaska's. Nevertheless, a full house here at the CCC barn. Puck into the zone. Hans Lovig back on the near side wall. Under 3 to play. Loose puck underneath. Barry in the corner. Tries to clear. Chan's going to keep it in, though. It's sent in deep by Hans Lovig. 2:45 to go, first period. Loose puck. Justin Bach kicks it away. Chanhassen possessing the zone a little better here now. Just as I say that, Shane Lavelle steals it away, and Chanhassen's forced to retreat. Tyler Davidson away now. Ben's doing his best. Warner keeps it in the zone, right on the skates. Blaine Warner rips. Glove down by Josh Wyatt.
If you're Chanhassen here, you're just looking for small little things. You go, all right, we're down 3, can't get 3 back in one shot. So you work on trying to get the puck out of your zone a little better. And if you're Chaska, you know, I think just keep working on the passing, and the speed is obviously their game right now.
Face off, 1 down, 2 minutes to play in the first period. Senior Charlie Erickson loses it in the defensive zone. Sent back out. Conyard there. Sends it in with 2 minutes to play. Justin Bach gloves it down on a stoppage. Face off to the left of Justin Bach. Glove side. One away by the Chaska Hawks. Sent up round the dashers by John Starkey. Kester applies a body on Braden Sanders. They're still tangled up in the corner. 1:50 to go in the first period. Warner shoves off Jack Hunt with ease. Actually, it's Parker Thomas. And Chaska comes away with it. Stuck back down. Braden Sanders re-enters the zone. He's short a man. Fluttering puck out in front of the net. John Starkey sends it back around for Chaska. 90 seconds to play here, first period. Kester looking for a couple of options. He goes tape to tape. Pitlick taps it down to avoid icing, and Chan's going to recollect where Conyard has it for the Storm. Warner can't keep it in the zone. Chaska's going to have to touch up and avoid offsides. Puck at the red line. Warner on the stick. Fancy backhand up to Kester. Kester has one man to beat. Coming in, Mike Kester shelved it and scores! Mike Kester, second of the game for the Chaska senior. It's 4-0 Hawks.
Attention, Greg Erickson. That's your first period intermission interview. 2 goals, 2 assists for Mike Kester.
And a frustrated Chanhassen goaltender, Josh Wyatt, who's only allowing an average of 2.4 goals a game, has allowed 4 here in the first 16 minutes of this one.
And I think this is what maybe the frustrating part with this Chaska team is that they can be this good against a really good goaltender. And yet they've had so many missteps this season. So it's there. It's just not there every night, but it's there tonight.
Kester gets his 13th of the season, and it puts Chaska up 4-0. Loose puck on the boards, won away by Hans Lovig. Sent back away to Evan Hagenes, who pushes up ahead for Caden Groff. Groff had it go off the blade. With 23 ticks left in the first period, Chaska holds a commanding lead and will go into the first intermission, presumably up 4-0. Schulle on the backhand, beats Wyatt and scores! Sully Schulle! Third goal of his career! And it's 5-0 Chaska with 10 seconds left.
Oh, that was an absolute pretty goal by Sully, kind of going around different guys. Went 5-hole on Wyatt. I mean, this third line has been kind of paired together since that Minnetonka game.
Yep.
Starting to get some chemistry going. The biggest thing for that group is to, have that plus minus on the plus side. Play good defense, but if you can get a goal like that, so we.
Oh, it's 5-0 as the horn sounds. We'll send it to break. After 17 minutes of hockey, Chaska holds a commanding lead on border rival Chanhassen. Scoring summary in the first period. Right off the bat, Chaska got it started. Brett Pitlick scores with the assist to Nick Olmscheid and Mike Kester. Then Billy Bronson from Barrett and Kester again. Kester unassisted, followed by another Kester goal. Give the apple to Pitlick, and Sully Schulle scores the 5th goal of the period. We'll send you to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Greg Erickson will interview a Chaska Hawks player live from ice side. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Hawks Hockey on CHBN.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services.
I was so worried they would not.
Greg Erickson, CHBN, here between periods. It's Chaska Chanhassen, the border battle. I'm here with number 17, sophomore Sully Sholey. Sully, this is your first year on varsity, is it not?
It is.
It is. Well, you're not quite, I don't know, maybe aware of the history that these two teams have had, but it's a border battle. What were you thinking coming into tonight?
I was excited, a little nervous, just ready to get out on the ice, I guess. But
Do you know a lot of the guys on the other team here?
yeah, most of them are like juniors and played on my Bantam team, so yeah.
Okay. All right, well, you're playing hard out there, and you did get a goal at the very end of the period, I believe, with 10 seconds to go. Tell me what happened on that one.
I just kind of picked it up, like bounced off my pads and just kind of made a move around two guys and then fell through the 5 points, somehow trickled in, so.
Well, it's a 5-0 lead for the Hawks. Tell me what the mood is like in the locker room right now.
Happy, but we just got to keep pushing and keep going.
So you got some relatives watching this, I think, tonight from Charlotte, North Carolina. Do you not, your grandparents?
Yeah, those are my grandma and grandpa.
Why don't you say hi to them?
Hey, grandma, hey, grandpa.
All right. All right, well, hey, a big cheer came out when we announced that you were going to be our guest between periods here in the locker room. How'd that make you feel, and how are these guys treating you? And, I mean, how big of a part of the team do you think you are?
Yeah, well, I open enrolled at Chaska, and they just kind of welcomed me and are really nice to me, so thanks to everyone on the team.
Well, you're in my son's photography class, and he's darn glad to have you in there. All right, hey, thank you very much for joining us between periods here, Sully. Greg Erickson, CHBN, back to you guys.
And we welcome you back inside the Chaska Community Center after one period of play. It's a 5-0 hockey game. The number 15 seed in Class 2A, the Chaska Hawks, have a 5-0 commanding lead on a struggling Chanhassen team. Josh Wine, the junior, allowed in 5 goals.
Well, maybe 3.
Yeah, there's a couple of good. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yep.
Castro went right around the 2 defensemen. The first goal was pretty tough, but yeah, I mean, and this is unfortunately one of those lopsided years. There's been some good games in the past, but there's been a lot of lopsided, and that's when you get these 4-game winning streaks where one program is just better than the other. And I looked at that 2010-2011 season, I believe. Chanhassen won 20 games that year. They won 8-0 and 6-0 over Chaska that year. Probably kind of in that same boat this year between the 2 teams.
Mike Kester, Mike Kester, sorry to cut you off. Mike Kester already with 3 points tonight. He had 6 points in the Saturday game in Kennedy. 5 assists and a goal for Mike Kester. What's he been doing so well lately?
Well, I mean, I think with Mike, it's his skating ability, and like I alluded in the first period, when you're not healthy, you can't skate. And he's really, his length of his shifts are back to normal. He's able to go coast to coast a lot more and not just have to save energy or save his legs for defense. So he's a big part of this offense, and you're seeing that right now. Just
underway here in the second period. Chaska now works left to right in the white uniforms. Chanhassen comes right to left. Here's Jack Hunt, who pushes on to the far side for Lang Heinrich. Lang Heinrich won on goal. Chan only had 2 shots on goal in the first period. As we get an icing call here with 16:22 to go in the second period.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to generate offense when you're doing everything possible just to get the puck out of your zone, and they spend a lot of time in their own defensive zone. And so, I mean, Chanhassen, a lot of it's just that first pass. You got to make that first pass out of the zone. You can't keep going sideways.
Again, glad you've tuned in here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. I'm Ryan Paul, the founder of CHBN, joined by Chaska Herald and Chanhassen Villager editor. You're familiar with him, Eric Krauscher. Joined us a handful of times already this year. Was on the call for that Minnetonka boys and Chaska boys hockey game a couple weeks ago with Colin Jacobson. That was a fun one. Been on with us at a handful of basketball games. Again, glad you've tuned in and watched CHBN.com. We have the Chaska Hawks and the Chanhassen Storm here in the border battle round number 1. Chaska looking to win their 5th straight, and Chanhassen trying to defeat Chaska for the first time since February of 2016. A shot on, just high by Tyler Davidson. Puck comes all the way back around. Icing is negated with 15.5 to play. Chaska chases. Now Chanhassen has a man down there, back outside to Bronson. Kester doing some fancy backhand stick work, gets away from a defender. Kester up off the boards. 2 goals and an assist tonight. Kester up into the zone. Kester on the backhand, centers away. Olmscheid blocked away by Wyatt. 15:10 to go. Puck back in the far corner. Kester unable to keep it in. Here come the Storm. Evan Hagenes outskated by the Chaska D, and now puck sent back down. We get a very quick icing call. Body's still down behind the play. Bronson finally works his way up off the sheet, and with under 15 to play, it's a face-off near Josh Wyatt, or near Justin Bach.
Yeah, and that was another example of Mike bringing the puck all the way up, creating something from his defensive position, and then getting back on defense after the play. And that's just something that Chaska has been working on improving all. The last month here is that defensive part of the game.
Neutral zone, Benz jabs it down. It'll work its way behind Wyatt. 5 goals in the first period for Chaska. Benz taps it out for Bronson on the point. Bronson likes this spot. He fires it in right into the logo on Josh Wyatt's chest. And a save for the Chan Junior goaltender.
When we were talking earlier today for our sports podcast, kind of looking ahead where each team might slot for sections. Chaska's probably in that 2-3 zone with Eden Prairie. Depends on where people want to go with them. But Chanhassen having beaten Shakopee, probably the 6th seed. So if Chaska's 3, you could see 3 meetings with these guys. And I don't believe, actually I know they haven't. They've never played each other in playoffs.
That's correct.
That's correct. I mean, Chaska hasn't had a home playoff game in 10 years. Now, part of that they were in Class A,
Class Single A, yep.
which was always at Parade.
Yep.
But Chanhassen's never won a playoff game. They've never hosted a playoff game, so a lot of firsts.
Chaska sits atop the Metro West Conference right now, despite the loss to Benilde St. Margaret's. As we run down the Section 2AA standings, Minnetonka's atop that as Benz comes down, fires into the glove of Wyant. As I was saying, 2AA standings, which Chaska and Chanhassen both reside in sectionally. Minnetonka atop that, 17-1-2 overall. They're 2-0 in the section. Then Eden Prairie, which Chaska beat. Eden Prairie's lost 2 section games. Chaska one of them. Then you have the Hawks, followed by Holy Family, who's having a bit of an off year. They're usually up in that top 3. Then you got Prior Lake, Chanhassen, New Prague, and Shakopee in the lower half of Section 2AA. Here's Barrett at the point. Rips one in. Didn't make its way to Wyant, though. Loose bodies out in front. Sent up off. Willis taps it ahead for Noah Nielsen. Nielsen looking to center. Nobody was there, though, for the Storm. Here's Magnuson back around the net. Barrett waits there for it. Up ahead for Keith Fletcher, the senior, on the ice. Turns it over in the Chanhassen zone. Puck comes free. Back out and away. One down by the Storm. Into the corner. Hans Lovig, the captain, comes away, the senior. Sends it up ahead. Didn't look like it was touched, and we do get a whistle for icing here.
Yeah.
13-22.
Going back to the section talk, I mean, you look at that last week of December, and everyone, wow, look what Chaska did. Beat Eden Prairie, beat Edina, beat Prior Lake, 8-0. And then it was, what can they do the rest of their schedule? Nobody in the Metro West Conference, maybe Benilde is a wow win, whereas like Eden Prairie gets chances against the Lake Conference every night.
Right.
So, I mean, I think Chaska, they need every win right now, and they're gonna have to beat Benilde the second time. And you go, if you want to be that 2 seed, you start cheering for Edina.
Right.
Because if Edina sweeps Minnetonka, well then you go, hey, we beat Edina.
Right.
Nobody else has, and so I think you become a fan of Edina, and Edina was very good the other night against Minnetonka. Their first loss of the season.
Chaska has had a couple of poor losses this year, including Evelyn Rosemount. We'll run through them. Sartell, Buffalo, Minnetonka quality loss, Benilde, and all right. I mean, they're a ranked team, and then Centennial the other night, a team that Chaska probably should have beat.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, you look at the back half of their schedule, the two teams that you can go, hey, this looks good on a resume, Benilde and Centennial, both are losses.
Yep.
And so now the rest of the way you're looking at Kennedy, Chanhassen again, Jefferson against St. Louis Park. They need to win against Benilde. If they get swept, they're going to be the 3 seed.
Pitlick out in front, tapped down. It looked like it went off the stick of Josh Wyant. In a 5-0 game here, Kester sends it back out of the neutral zone where Chaska's going to have to touch up. Blaine Warner takes the time to do that. Now he gets the puck. Bodies collide at center ice. Penalty on the way. And we get a whistle. And Chaska to the power play for the 3rd time tonight. They're 2 for 2 so far. You mentioned when we were talking off-air pregame, Chanhassen taken some poor penalties this year.
Well, I mean, and a lot of that is, these are trippings. Speed. I mean, you're not moving your feet, you just stick your stick out. End of shifts, type of things like that. So, but getting back, I mean, just, you look at Chaska, is there a big difference between 2 and 3? You're either going to be facing Chaska, or Chanhassen or Shakopee. It was a 2-1 game. I mean, neither team should beat you in the playoffs. Then it comes down to last change in the semifinals. So, it's not that big of a deal, 2-3. So I think for Chaska, you just got to keep playing positive. They need to get the goaltender situation locked down. That's the biggest thing.
Joe Garrity, the guilty party on the tripping penalty. There's another tripping penalty that Chaska takes. So Chaska's back on the man advantage for the next 82 seconds. Brett Pitlick recollects for the Hawks. Here comes Chaska with a rush. Mike Kester dumps it off for Lavelle. Lavelle in with speed. Lavelle fires just high. Back up to the point. Kester waits for it. Sent it away for Lavelle. Lavelle couldn't grab it. Now it's back around for Mike Kester, the senior captain, future Golden Gopher. He'll go out to the USHL and play for Tri-City. Once his high school playing days are over, he's already finished his high school courses. Kester will go play for Tri-City in the USHL before playing for the University of Minnesota next school year. And then following that, Rhett Pitlick will go play for the U the following year. Blaine Ward, another commit on Chaska's roster, headed to the University of Nebraska-Omaha. And here comes Shane Lavelle, who's headed to the University of Wisconsin, presumably, after his high school days are over. Lavelle with the puck. 36 seconds left on the man advantage for Chaska. It's Garrity in the box for tripping. Here's Kester with a wide open shooting lane. Elects to fling it up high, goes up into the netting. And with 10:19 to go, score stays 5 rep.
Now, you guys haven't had school the last 3 days. Think Mike Kester did at Normandale?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He might have been the only one that was in school today.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Normandale. I know there's a lot. Cole Nicholson's now a Normandale kid on the basketball team. I know a lot of these kids are taking these online, or either these online or Normandale classes. So it's a good option if you're trying to get your college courses out of the way early. But let's just say for some of us, it's not the way to go.
I wanted all 4 years of college at Hamlin.
Bronson taps it away. Warner shoots it and scores a beauty. Chaska's 3 for 3 on the power play. What a beautiful goal.
When I think you see this group right here, you got Warner, Pitlick, Bronson down front. Generally it's Kester and Magnuson. Here we had Erickson, but that group really works together. They've got all 3 power play goals. So the difference between that group and the other group is the passing. It's tic-tac-toe right there. Whereas a little bit more individual play with the other line.
Face-off quickly down. Here comes Pitlick. Fires. Ripper of a shot blocked away by Wyant. That was a heater.
Well, and I think, that's the exciting part about Red is he's quick, but he's really strong. And so I'm excited to see him in a couple years down the road on that big sheet of ice at the Gophers and see what he can do.
Yep. Stoppage as Warner collects.
I would not be surprised if he only spent 1 year in juniors.
Yep.
And that might be next year and then come in as a true 18-year-old.
Yep. Okay, thank you. Warner from Pitlick at Bronson. It's 7:02 in the second period. It's a 6-0 Chaska lead.
Well, my target number for Red, I thought he was going to get 35 this year. Just watching him, he started out slow. He's at 21 now. He's probably going to get at least 5 or 6 more in these conference games. So you get him to 30, that's a pretty good season.
Warner's 17th goal of the year through 20 games. Warner obviously sat out a handful of time last year in his junior season with a leg injury. Here comes Sholey now. Sholey loses the puck. Didn't have an eye on it. 9 minutes to go. Sholey was looking for a second tally of the game. Instead, it stays 6-0. Chan tries to clear. They can't, but it flutters out where Calvin Barrett collects. Here comes Magnuson now through some traffic. Magnuson dumps it off. Barrett has it on the near side. Calvin Barrett in the corner, checked away by the Chanhassen defenseman. Braden Sanders dumps it down, and we get a whistle and a stoppage. Face-off upcoming.
I don't believe Chaska's ever won a Metro West Conference title, have they?
No, I don't, because they didn't win it last year.
No, so that would have been their best chance.
Yep.
So that's something that you can shoot for down the stretch here.
Yep.
In the grand scheme of things, they've got bigger and better goals, but I think that would be a positive thing for them to get that first title.
We're going to send another Chanhassen Storm player to the penalty box. I didn't catch what the call was, but
unsportsmanlike conduct.
It's Evan Hagenis who goes to the bin for Chanhassen, and the Chaska Hawks will go back on the power play for the 4th time tonight. So far, they're 3 for 3, scoring on the man advantage. Lavelle dumps it off where Barrett's waiting for it. Lavelle up at the top. Now back over to Kester. It's a bench minor to the Storm, which Evan Hagenis will serve. Flubbed in, just wide of Wyant. Benz is there to collect it for Chaska. Chaska on the man advantage after the bench minor by Chanhassen. Wyant gloves one down for the Storm. Again, a nice crowd here tonight. Wrapping all the way around the bleachers. I'm assuming some students are going to start to leave here soon, with it being a lopsided score. Kester back out at the top. Looks for a shooting lane. Flings it in. Tapped down by Benz. Couldn't guide it into the back of the net, though. Sent all the way down where Bach has it. Bach flings it right towards us. Hits the glass, though. Lavelle with a fancy move as he crosses the red line. Up to Benz. Chaska still to man up. Blocked down. Centered. Olmscheid with a second chance. Flung it wide, though. Lavelle leads Kester. Kester with it. Skating around, looking for his 4th point of the night and 9th point, or check that, 10th point in the last 2 games. Bodies down in front. We have 48 ticks left on the penalty. Lavelle at the point. Looking to send it in. Barrett, slap shot. Loose out in front, smothered by Josh Wyant. Let me tell you something, Calvin Barrett has a beautiful slap shot.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of it is he's got that big wind-up, and so he needs a little bit more time. But, you know, he's a guy that I think if you can get some scoring from him. Bronson's had 3 goals in the last 3 games, I believe. Any kind of offense you can get from those guys, you know, it certainly helps up front.
Half a minute to go in the advantage. It's a bench minor that Evan Hagenes is serving for Chanhassen. Puck sent down where Magnuson has it. He curls it up ahead for Warner. Warner into the zone, sends it away for Kester. Kester was led a little bit backwards, now back up top. 10 seconds left. Tapped by Magnuson, back over to Kester. Here's a goal for Pitlick. Up, sent into the netting after deflection. 3 seconds left in the penalty to the Storm. And the Storm will presumably have killed off their first penalty of the night.
You'd love to put a pedometer on Red Pitlick just to see the mileage he puts on by when he cycles the zone. I mean, he's just a phenomenal skater, fun to watch.
Back to full strength here as the penalty is killed off. Kester back on the blue line. Sends it in. Kester for Warner. Right off the skate of a Chan defender out in front. Hawks keep the zone though. Warner back out. Kester rips it wide. Warner in the corner. He's checked on by Heinrich. Puck sent in. Nice save by Josh Wyant. Got the glove out there to tap it away. Now back off for Pitlick. Pitlick has it poked away. Here's Kester again. Kester walks in. Kester fires wide. Centered away though. Chanhassen nearly had an own goal. Hans Lovig didn't know it was on his stick. Under 6 now to play. And we get another whistle. I believe we're going to get Blaine Warner.
And Langheimer. They're going to even them
up. Are they going to go coincidental minors?
Yep.
We are. It'll be 5-on-5 hockey here as Warner and Langheinrich go to the box. You were telling me pregame Langheinrich not new to the sin bin.
Yeah, I mean, and that's his style, is that aggressive, physical type, and it's hurt him in some games. He's also their leading scorer with 7 goals. I mean, he's the only guy on the team besides Wyant who's been on the team for 3 years. So, and he's been valuable to them over the years. He's played some forward, he's played some defense, back and forth as him and Warner are.
For perspective, these leaders on the Chanhassen team are listed as Jacob Langheinrich with 7 goals. The leader for Chaska is Rhett Pitlick with 19 goals. The assist leader for the Storm is Tyler Davidson with 13. For Chaska, it's Mike Kester with 29. And then here's the one that gets me. Points-wise, Tyler Davidson has 13. Mike Kester has 40.
Yeah.
And those are your leaders for either team.
And there's, I mean, that's a big reason why Chan, even with a really good goaltender and a good senior defense, they just can't score with teams. I mean, they got down 2-0 to Jefferson. Davidson gets 2 goals. It's 2-2, and you fight so long, and Jefferson gets a goal late in the game, adds an empty netter, and So you play a really good game, and yet you still lose 4-2.
The number that really gets me for the Storm is 9% on the power play. They just can't put pucks in the net with the man advantage. Chaska's 26%.
Yeah. And you look at why is Chaska so successful on the power play? Well, it starts with Kester.
Right.
I mean,
yep.
If you don't have that guy who can kind of lead, captain your power play, it's tough to get it going, and you spend half your time getting the puck out of your own zone.
Chanhassen scores an average of 2.3 goals a game, allows an average of 2.9 per game. Chaska scores an average of 5 goals a game, and gives up an average of 2.7. One-time rip from Barry was just off. We have 4 minutes to go here in the middle period. Tap pass up for John Starkey. Sent down deep. More Pitlick retreats for Chaska. Stolen away though by Chanhassen. They still are struggling to possess the puck in the zone. Kester, actually it's Pitlick, gives it away. Bends, some fancy stick handling. Brett Pitlick's able to keep the zone as he checks off Nielsen for Chanhassen. 3:48 left. Pitlick looking gassed. Will get a break. He comes off the ice. Bronson, a defenseman, sends it into the zone. He'll chase it for himself. Bronson down behind the net. Benz goes back to Bronson. Centers it off. Barry, a one-timer, went under his stick. Sent back in. Momshai grabs. 3.5 to play. Puck sent down and a stoppage forthcoming. Icing the call. With 3:26 to go, it's a 6-0 hockey game still.
Justin Box skates back and forth, and that's the tough part right now is that they didn't give up a goal against Kennedy, they didn't give a goal against Jefferson, they haven't given up a goal here, but some of that's just lack of shots, and so, man, at this point of the season, they need somebody to take command for that goalie spot. I know Justin has 3 shutouts, he'll probably get the nod, but they keep giving Stark a chance. He's the future.
Yep. Jack Stark, the sophomore goaltender, was the MVP in the Bantam League last year. Average through 8 games so far in his high school career, has averaged 2.3 GAA, 88% on the save percentage. Out in front, Lavelle centered it away. Olmscheid couldn't grab it though. Now it's knocked out in the neutral zone. Magnuson retreats for Chaska. Now he bounces it over. Barrett has it. Barrett up ahead with it. Sends it over the Hawk logo. Barrett into the zone. Has it poked away, though, by Caden Groff for Chanhassen. Here comes Braden Sanders now. Sanders an odd man rush. He simply lost the puck into the corner. And he's bodied down hard. Benz grabs a fluttered puck, and we get a whistle. And a penalty coming up. And I think they're going to get a cross check. It might go to Shane Lavelle. And it will. It'll be Chanhassen's first advantage of the night. So Chanhassen, as I mentioned, on the power play, a measly 9.7%. Chaska kills them off 86% of the time. And we'll get the talk PK line on for Chaska. Chanhassen will send their best attack out there. 5-on-4 advantage for the Storm, first time tonight. See if they can get on the board. Still 2:08 to go in this period. Chanhassen sends it up ahead. Here comes Langheinrich, the top scorer for the Storm. Langheinrich into the zone. Skates around, pushed down by Kester. Possesses the puck though, bodies flying, those two. A lot of physical contact here tonight. Here's Langheinrich, missing a strap on his bucket. Stays on the ice though. Centered puck off, bodies collide. Tyler Davidson, a rip blocked away by Justin Bach. Warner comes back off where Davidson gets his own rebound. Now it's into the corner for Willis. Willis, right into the outflied stick of Mike Kester. Heinrich takes a spill into the boards, and Warner and Pitlick come with a 2-on-1. Warner rips! Beautiful save by Josh Wyant to stone the Chaska senior.
Yeah, and I mean, this period, I think you're seeing the Wyant that we've seen all year. Tough first period. It's just snowball effects too. But, Josh, he's been in games like this before. They up in Duluth, Rosemont, who's a pretty good team. It'll be one of the top seeds in Section 3. He gave up 2 early goals in the first period. Didn't give up a goal the rest of the game. And, you know, I mean, Josh is one of those guys that he's a captain. He was a captain as a sophomore for a reason last year. I mean, he's just one of those guys that, you know, he can handle a situation.
Chan only had 4 guys on the ice. They had no idea about it. They got a 5th guy on the ice, and they kick Braden Sanders on third and draw against Barry. Sanders wins it back. Here come the Storm. Conyard, the senior defenseman, sends it behind where Bach recollects for Chaska. Bach needs a return to the crease. He does. Conyard back at the point. Chan still on the advantage for 44 ticks. We go under 60 seconds left in the period. Here's a rip from the point by Wolfel. Behind the net, Chaska dumps it away. Stays in the zone though. Conyard has it on the point, stolen away, but Chan keeps his zone. Sanders poked away and out of the zone. It's ricocheted off the boards. Olmscheid sent it out. 39 seconds left. And here comes Chanhassen. Caden Groff skates around, dumps it in. Bach, an easy save there. Barrett sends it out. 27 ticks remain. Only 6 in the power play. We'll play even strength hockey. Chaska has killed off the penalty to Lavelle without any damage done. 12 seconds to go in the period. Chanhassen trying to get on the board. Garraby sends it across over for Wolfel. Wolfel drives it in, goes off the shin of Calvin Barrett, and time will expire on this second period of hockey. It's 6-0 Chaska after 2 periods of play. Eric, through 2 17-minute periods, your thoughts? A little better goaltending in that period from Josh Lyon.
To be expected. I mean, if you're Chaska, it does no good to try to run up the score like that. But then again, you can't play soft because that's when injuries happen. And so I'm happy that it hasn't been chippy. I hope it continues that way because it doesn't help either team. So, you know, Chaska's had some pretty tic-tac-toe goals, and that's what we all came for.
Well, it's a 6-0 Chaska lead after 2 periods of play. We'll step aside, come back in between periods for the intermission report with Greg Erickson. He'll interview a Chaska Hawk player. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Hawks Hockey on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network.
I'm Captain Mike Kester, and you're watching Hawks Hockey on CHBN.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services.
right, hey everybody, this is Greg Erickson, CHBN. It's the second intermission, and I'm here with senior defender, number 8, Billy Bronson. Billy, you're a senior with this program. You've been around a long time. Chanhassen, always a fun rivalry. What do you feel like tonight?
It's fun. I'm from Chanhassen, so I open and roll the Chaska, so it's always fun to kind of whip on these guys. And
all right, well, thanks for coming, Billy. No, just kidding. Hey, you got a goal tonight in this period. Tell me about the play that happened out there tonight.
Well, it was on a line change during the power play, so Calvin Barrett just kind of brought it down there, did a spinorama, escaped, and I kind of just cut right through the middle and just kind of shot it. Didn't really aim. I didn't know it went in until after Blaine came and like pushed me into the boards. So 6-0.
I'm sure that you guys expected you'd do well tonight against Chan, but you never really know. Billy, I thought one of your best games of the year was about a week ago against Jefferson. I don't know if you remember that game or not, but you were very active in that game. Tell me what the philosophy is for you to go out there and have one of the better games of the career.
I don't know, just being confident and just trusting myself to make plays and get in on the score and not have all the other guys that are notable scorers to score. So.
And you're one of them. You got 5 on the season. Thanks a lot for joining me tonight, Billy. Have a great night. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right. Greg Erickson, CHBN, coming to you live from Chaska Arena. Back to you guys.
Back inside the Chaska Community Center, it's a 6-0 Chaska lead after 2 periods of play. I'm Ryan Paul, founder of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, joined here by Eric Krauscher tonight on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Watch chbn.com. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far, Eric. With 17 minutes to play, it should be a pretty quick third period. Running time will be in effect, we assume. What's Chaska have to do to close this one out?
Skate and pass and shoot. I think, soak in tomorrow is February.
Right.
The playoffs are 3 weeks away from now, and so I think it's one of those things where you want to keep working on little things. There's a line, that cohesion part of the game.
Yep.
So I think that's what you look for if you're Chaska, is just to keep working at the passing.
Play a clean third period.
Yep.
6-0 here. Goals all are on the board for Chaska. Mike Kester has 2 of them for the Hawks tonight. Here comes Shane Lavelle up in the Chanhassen zone. Hawks working left to right again. Right off the bat, a tapped away puck by Josh Wyant. Kester back at the point. Rebound shot. Glove down by Wyant again. The assistant captain and net for Chanhassen this evening. Junior. Here come the Storm. Ahead with it. Whistle right off the bat here. It'll be a Chaska penalty. Wyant was scurrying to the bench, and the time will continue to run here with 16:17 to go.
Referees are picking on Shane.
Lavelle's second penalty of the evening puts Chanhassen back on the 5-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Here comes Chaska, short-handed. Magnuson chases down, dumps away for Pitlick. Pitlick rips. Saved by Wyant. Puck behind the net. Pitlick chases down Langheinrich. Langheinrich takes a spill to the sheet. Back with it. Dumps it off for Noah Nielsen. Nielsen, a turnover. Warner finds the back of the net. 7-0 Chaska. Shorty from Blaine Warner. Second of the night for the Chaska senior, Blaine Warner.
But I think, for me personally, it started with that Minnetonka game, really watching this line, with McDonald, Warner, Pitlick. They played so well that night, and I just feel like ever since they've really had that good bond. And so I just love the way Blaine's senior season has come.
Yep.
He's had injuries the last couple years. He's really worked hard. He's not just the guy that stands in front of the net and scores. He's really elevated his game with his skating. The fact that he's on the top penalty kill with Pitlick is impressive.
I'm a good friend with Blaine's in school. I know last year he was just devastated that he couldn't play his junior year hockey. So I think you make a good point. It's great that he's having a good senior year here so far.
Well, him and I sat down during a girls' basketball game for like an entire half and talked, and I just recorded. Just a really fun conversation, about the future and the last 4 years, and just everything. And so, he was like the only student at the game, and him and I were just sitting there. So it was a lot of fun, and
he's a good kid. Blaine is Blaine, Mike, all these Justin, Billy, Ethan, all these seniors on the Chaska roster, all good kids. Chaska kills off the penalty to Lavelle and even gets a goal on it. It's worth noting that our very own Taylor Hansen is on the bench tonight for Chaska in this Chanhassen game. Taylor down there. He is not on the broadcast with us tonight. So good for Taylor. Get down dressed tonight for this Chan game, so we're all by ourselves up here. We're putting in a little overtime. Taylor does great work for us all the rest of the year, but excited for him tonight with 13:26 to go and running. It's a 7-0 game.
We're hoping that Snuggie goes, all right, let's put the senior in.
Yeah.
And I know they got other home games, but hey, if you're going to suit them, let's get him in there.
Shuley battles forward on the far side. Sends it back off. Thomas couldn't corral it. Now it's away from Mike Kester. Kester retreats, skates around a little bit, sends it back up. Stuck away there by Aiden Hammer for Chanhassen. Bodies flying all over. That's Sully Sholiu slow to get up on the far boards, or on the near boards. Puck cleared out of the zone. Shane Lavelle will grab it as he checks onto the ice. Taps it over for Kester. Kester on the near side. Pushes down Cole Severson as he came in on a body attack. Loose puck. Chanhassen players stumble. Dumped in. Chaska playing with absolutely no rush here in this 7-0 hockey game with just under 12 to play. Or just over 12 to play, I should say. Here comes Tyler Davidson now. Davidson up ahead with it. Skates into the zone to get a whistle and an offside penalty. Or an offside infraction, I should say. 12-12 to go in regulation.
These are good minutes for to see, some of the other guys. Good minutes to see some of the other guys. The Ericksons, the Fletchers. You just never know. If somebody gets hurt, they may have to step in. Who's going to be that fifth defenseman? I think Charlie's really had a good stretch of hockey here, and so these are important minutes for guys like that.
Billy Bronson saved the puck from finding its way right into the chops of Lance Pitlick on the bench, but he gets a high stick call, and we'll get a face-off.
Lance has taken a few pucks.
Oh, yeah, he's not new to that, but he might not even flinch. You have to go back and watch it. Right off the draw, Box pads it away. Back off where Fletcher retreats now. Speaking of Keith Fletcher, we want to give a shout out to his father.
Maybe Chuck's watching in Philly right now?
Maybe, just maybe. New general manager of the Philadelphia Flyers. Speaking of NHL-related names, Lance Pitlick, Chuck Fletcher. 10:52 and running. Left before Chaska walks away with a Metro West Conference victory in their first win in the first matchup. These two teams will meet later in February before we close out the season. Chaska with the win, presumably, will tie up this the series, 8-8 with Chanhassen. Chanhassen currently is up 8-7 in the history series. Pass behind Fletcher leads to a Chaska turnover. Here come the Storm. Matt Wolfold gets it away for Parker Thomas. Thomas fires one in. Looked like it might have gone 5-hole through Justin Bach, but it didn't find the back of the net. Here comes Chaska. McDonald chases. Icing waved off. McDonald goes behind the back. In the corner. Sends it on for Warner. Will retrieve it for Chaska. He tries to center for Pitlick, but he wasn't ready. Now they give it to Barrett at the top. Barrett harassed by Caden Groff. Back around the rear end. Warner tried to center, lost it off the stick a little too early though. Pitlick dumps it away. Warner chases in the Chanhassen zone. Right over the head where Pitlick's waiting for it. Pitlick drives in, tries to center. Warner couldn't get a stick on it, goes off the goal post. Wyant jabbed it away. Warner tried to go tape to tape with Pitlick. He wasn't in position though. Now Pitlick being harassed once again by Conyard. Loose puck out in front off the deflection. Chaska keeps it in. John Starkey sends it back down. Chanhassen tries to collect. Thomas Clausen, the senior, battles for it down there. Now Pitlick comes around. Pitlick lost it as a stick was applied. Back away for Mike Kester now. Kester up for McDonald. McDonald into the zone. He sends it up ahead. Wyant jabs it away. Out into the neutral zone. 8:50 to go. Nearly a turnover. Would have led to a Tyler Davidson off chance. Puck finds its way into the crowd of Chaska players on the bench, as you were saying.
I briefly mentioned, we've had some good games over the years between the two teams. There has been some lopsided. Chanhassen has won twice in OT. I think back to a game, I think Carter Schmidt, who's now a senior baseball player at Concordia St. Paul.
Yep.
It was a wild game. I think it was a 2-1 game late. Chan was winning over in Victoria. Chaska's on the power play, and he goes to rip a power play shot from the point. The arena goes dark. The lights turned off, and the puck went in the net, but it was dark, so Everyone always said, well, was that on purpose? Because, I mean, it was honestly like he was right in the slot, wide open.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't recall that one, but
that was a few years ago.
You've been around a little longer than I have in this scene, so.
Yeah, I think I've seen everyone but the two of them.
Yeah, I saw your tweet.
2010 and 11.
Yep.
I came around in 2011.
There comes Bronson, drives in. That puck was deflected out in front, goes high up into the rafters, and we get a stoppage. 7:27 and ticking away. Here from the Chaska Community Center, Ryan Paul, Eric Krauscher bringing you this one. Next broadcast is going to be tomorrow night. We've got a doubleheader. I will be at Chaska High School. We have girls basketball senior night. And then for the first time ever, we'll have Andrew Newman and Landon Virgin calling the boys basketball game. That should be fun from Richfield. So we have a basketball doubleheader, first time in the CHBN history. Join us tomorrow right back here at watchchbn.com and tune in for those games.
It's great to have a few girls games on.
Yep.
I mean, they're number 7 in state. I had a fun time covering their recent win on Martin Luther King Jr. Day over then undefeated number 4 ranked Farmington. Just a absolute fun team basketball game, and they got a shot. I mean, I pointed out on Twitter today, and as John Summer did last night.
Yep.
You know, all 4 of the major sports are all ranked right now for Chaska. So, so it's been a fun winter.
Chaska boys, girls hockey, boys, girls basketball, all ranked, as you just said. Obviously, Chaska girls hockey is a co-op, but nevertheless, good for Chaska athletics.
Yeah, and that girls hockey they'll conclude the next 2 days at Minneapolis and at Bloomington. Seed on Sunday. I expect them to have a home game next Friday, potentially against like Prior Lake or Holy Family. That's a wide open girls section.
Benz with a breakaway. Here comes the senior Ethan Benz. Goes tape to tape, but Wynant blocks it away. Josh Wynant has been much better in these second and third periods than he was the first. I think he probably just got a little bit of the jitters out in that first period. Here comes Olmscheid, centers it away. Mike Kester had a good look at a backhand toe drag. Instead it goes wide. Wynant, big block out in front. 5.5 to go. Box still in net for Chaska. Here comes Benz. He got that right skate in a little too early. Leads to an offsides call with 5:15 in running. Face-off is going to come down to the right of Justin Bach. Mike Kester wants an explanation on that one. He thinks it should be in the neutral zone. Nevertheless, 5 minutes in running. Chaska going to try to kill off this remaining time in this one. The stands have cleared substantially. Lots of the students are gone. We had a good student showing tonight on both sides, but things have cleaned out substantially here, as I said. Justin Bach catches one right into the glove. Fly ball out of center field. And we get a whistle, 7-0 with 4.5 to play.
You would hope you students haven't saved any homework all the week.
Well, we're not going to talk about that.
On Monday night, okay, we're not going to have school Tuesday or Wednesday.
Well, I thought we might have school Tuesday.
Yeah.
Maybe a late start or something like that. And then I really was believing that we weren't going to have a Wednesday. But as it turns out, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're off, and we got nothing to do. That Minnetonka basketball game from Tuesday, if you're wondering, was rescheduled to Valentine's Day. We will still bring you that one on CHBN. Big one in 2-4A.
Yeah, and that's a game that, if you're Chaska, it means a lot. I mean, it's really hard to keep saying, when there's 5 ranked teams, well, we lost to Minnetonka, but we want you to vote me 3. Minnetonka might not win a game in that Lake Conference. Right. So, but they're a talented team, and they can run, and so that'll be an entertaining game. You'll have to find a date for the color.
Yep.
Ask somebody out to do the color. It's Valentine's Day.
Yes, I know. I will have to find somebody. I wore my Christmas Santa hat for the holiday games. Maybe I'll have to wear I'll have to wear something on Valentine's Day. 3:20 to go. This one is dwindling away from the CCC. Charlie Goodrich just checked onto the ice. He had a goal the other night in Kennedy. He's on the bench back now as we go under 3 minutes to play in this one. Pitlick tries to fling it in, can't do so. Puck comes back out where Magnuson grabs it. We're planning on having Greg Erickson interview Justin Bach post-game. We're not sure if we'll be able to get Justin, but the Chaska senior captain, we are planning on having him backdoor pass by Magnuson running on a stick of Warner. As I was saying, we encourage you not to go anywhere. Keep the YouTube stream up on your TV or on your phone or however you're watching tonight. Tune in. We will hopefully have a post-game interview with Justin Bach tonight. Penalty forthcoming as Warner lost his stick. Lang Heinrich is on the... check that. It's not Lang Heinrich. It's Victor Poniar, who will get the penalty up ahead here with under 2.5 to play. Chaska just needs Chan to touch up before they go on the advantage again. Warner slips and falls again, and Braden Sanders touches the puck, and with 2:09 left, Chaska will be on the power play for the remainder of this one. Running clock situation as we go under 2 minutes now, so Chaska will come away with the victory, whether it be 7-0 or a larger deficit. Barrett has an open shooting lane, fires it in. Good save by Wyant, though. Now Kester at the top. Skates around, dangles away from Tyler Davidson. Kester wraps around, looks for a pass, finds Olmscheid. Olmscheid was stoned out front by Wyant. Loose puck comes down, 1:30 to go in the penalty. Doesn't matter, though, because we only have 1:19 left in the penalty, or in the hockey game, I should say. Here comes Chanhassen with a break. Tyler Davidson up ahead. Chaska catches up to him, though. Davidson rips one on, just over Justin Bach. And we have 60 seconds left in the hockey game. Puck comes up into the stands. Almost hit a spectator. Looks like there's some open seats over there, which, you know, you have happened. But luckily nobody injured. We'll get a souvenir puck. And with 40 seconds left, time will run out on this hockey game between Chaska and Chanhassen. Again, hope you'll join us tomorrow night back on the CHBN Boys and Girls Basketball. Brought to you by GSH Asset Management all season long. Hope you'll tune in. I got the girls game tomorrow from home. It's senior night. Big night for the Chaska seniors. And then Chaska boys is away at Richfield. Warner comes into the zone. Backhand, stunned away. Loose out in front. Wyant's being pushed around. Now it's Rhett Pitlick who fires one over the net. 5 seconds in the game. Pitlick, just for good measure, throws another one on, and we have a final from the Chaska Community Center tonight. The Hawks take down Chanhassen 7-0. A blowout here from the Chaska Community Center in round 1 of the border battle.
Yeah.
Totals from tonight, or scoring recap from tonight. Justin Bach pitches a shutout.
Fourth of the season.
Fourth of the season for the Chaska senior. Chaska comes away with the victory. Goals courtesy of Rhett Pitlick, Billy Bronson, Mike Kester twice, Sully Schully, Blaine Warner twice. We're going to hopefully interview Justin Bach after we come back here from the Chaska Community Center. We will send you to a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Eric, any final thoughts? No?
I think we're good.
Yeah, all right.
We're running time up here, too.
Yep. We'll send it away. We'll send you away to a quick commercial. Hopefully you'll join us tomorrow night for Chaska basketball on CHBN. As for now, we'll send you downstairs in a minute for Justin Bach and Greg Erickson.
Hi, my name is Justin Bach, and you're watching Chaska Hawks Hockey on CHBN.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network.
Hi, my name is Justin Bach, and you're watching Chaska Hawks Hockey.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that
My ball sack off. Game. It's Greg Erickson here for CHBN. I have with me senior goaltender, co-captain, number one on his jersey, number one in our hearts, Justin Bach. How are you feeling tonight after that big 7-0 win against the crosstown rivals?
No matter what the score, it's always good to beat Chan. They're a good team. They played well, and we all have a lot of respect for them because of growing up with them, playing with them. But it felt good to win.
45 shots on goal you were able to save. Tell me about the pace of the game. Tell me about, I'm sorry, we had 45 shots. 14 shots for the Storm. Tell me what your philosophy was or your process in the net tonight.
Well, our D did a really good job of keeping everything to the outside. I can't remember a really quality scoring chance that we allowed. So they did their job, and that made my job a lot easier tonight.
A lot of conference games coming up here at the end of the season. Very important time for the Hawks. What's the team's philosophy going forward? What are the coaches talking about in the locker room?
We got to take it one game at a time. We can't take a single team in this conference lightly. No matter what happened in the first game, no matter what we're sitting at in the standings, we have to take every game step by step.
Well, thank you very much for joining us after the game. Have a great rest of the way, and we'll talk to you again. Greg Erickson with the Above and Beyond Marketing Player of the Game, Justin Bach, number 1, senior co-captain, goalie for the Chaska Hawks. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks, folks.
Well, thanks, folks, for tuning in tonight. For everybody here on our crew, Ryan Paul, Eric Crouch on the color tonight, Andrew Newman and Alec Hattlestead on the production, Greg Erickson down ice side. I hope you enjoyed our presentation of Hawks hockey tonight. Join us back here tomorrow night and watch CHPN.com. I'm Ryan Paul. Everybody saying so long. Have a good night, Soar Hawks.